Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind, the epic masterpiece from Academy Award winning director Hayao Miyazaki. Movies PG for violence. There's actually a lot of action in this movie, way more than I was expecting. Watched it with my daughter, and it was truly a magnificent. Um, the description is as follows: written, directed by Academy Award Hayao Miyazaki. Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind is an epic masterpiece of sweeping scope and grandeur that remains one of the most breathtaking and exhilarated rating animated films of all time. 1,000 years after the 7 Days of Fire destroyed civilization, warring human factions survive in a world devastated by atmospheric poisons and swarming with gigantic insects. The peaceful Valley of the Wind is nestled on the edge of the toxic forest and led by the courageous Princess Nausicaa, whose love of all living things leads her into a terrible danger as she fights to restore balance between humans and nature. Featuring the voices of Alison Lohman, Uma Thurman, Patrick Stewart, Edward James Olmos, and Shia LaBeouf. Quite a cool cast there. Um, Big fan of Edward James Olmos. Shout out to him. Um, I took some notes as I was watching these movies. Um, I really love for a movie that's close to 40 years old. Love the animation of it, the details of the insects. Um, was the one of the big insects that they kind of display, and I really love how when it shows a lot of rage, it means it's angry. And in some ways, the insect, is a personification of the earth and how humans have polluted it and caused a lot of issues with it. As a result, they have to find a renewal period where the earth and the trees are renewing the water, the air, while the insects actually protecting the trees. That was a very nice way of talking about the environment and how humans are causing a lot of harm. Very interestingly, the fox squirrel Teto um, also reminds me of the first scene when just how angry he was towards Nausicaa, but as Nausicaa showed the fox squirrel that she meant no harm, and the fox squirrel was just biting Nausicaa. That was one of the most iconic moments for me in the movie. Um, Now, is this movie perfect? Well, in a lot of ways, there's a lot of scenes where I was just wondering the physics behind it, but obviously it's a fantasy, it's a fiction movie, but the way Nausicaa was just flying and jumping over airplanes in some capacity was very funny, but also very just animate animated well, in my opinion. Um, as a princess, she showed a lot of courage. Everyone in the village respected her, showed a lot of admiration for her. At the end of the movie, I just loved the character, and it gave me a lot of vibes as Grave of the Fireflies, even from the music, from the composition. Um, but unlike Grave of the Fireflies, it was not as solemn. There was a lot of heroic moments and fantasy involved with it, where Nausicaa, obviously I'm sharing a lot of spoilers, but at the end she was saved by the Ohms, and that part gave me also very Avatar type of feel, where nature rescue her and save her. Um, I was very devastated as I was watching the war going on between the different nations, the Tomolkian and the Pejao. Really like the grandma, Obaba. She showed a sense of calm and resilience and prophecy in her. Um, Overall, very unbelievable movie as far as the story, but just a great way of communicating how nature and human being can coexist together. Um, I was also very triggered when I was watching the father being killed. That part um, what's the word? So unnecessary, but at the same time, for the plot of the movie, I think it makes sense. That was the first time when Nausicaa was enraged and became one of the creatures in some ways of just wanted to kill. And it just shows that she was not perfect in that moment, but she wanted to be different. Also, the character of the leader from the Tomokan, um, forgot her name. Let's see. Anyways, that character, I didn't really like her that much. There was a part where Natsuko was asking her, "What are you afraid of?" And she was acting very enraged, and also trying to just kind of like shoot everyone. Um, Kushana, that was her name. Um, I really liked the dreams that Nausicaa was having, as she was really learning about just a connection between the trees and the homes and just nature. That allowed her to really have the power, the mysterious power, as um, one of my favorite characters in the movie, Mr. Lord Yupa. He was so awesome with his swords and the way he just commanded so much respect. Character of Aspo, the one that was actually a surprising character that um, was saving um, Nausicaa when she was captured by the Tomokan. That was a very interesting character in my opinion, as he was also very brave and gave me some sense of Nausicaa for his nation. Um, as some people seek for fame and fortune, Nausicaa was just trying to be happy, trying to make sure everyone's safe and defend her nation. I really love her at the end, as I said. Overall, I really love the genuine nature of Nausicaa. She often had to say I'm sorry to nature, to the homes, to the different factions. I just want to bring peace together. This movie gave me a lot of hope in just the way we could bring people together, the calmness, the kindness, um, people using violence as a way to solve issues, actually not the way. It's really about understanding each other, about compassion. Even at the end, when Nausicaa gave up her life to save her village, and I mean, the movie could have ended that way, but the miracle saved her, allowing her to live and quote unquote have a good, good ending. And she in some way fulfilled the prophecy from the granny Yubaba and becoming a legend along the way. All right. Overall, I really enjoyed this movie. A deep sense of appreciation of nature, of our existence among it, and yeah, this was a deeper reflection as I think about just how life sometimes, when we think about our current existence in our world, how we're treating our nature, our world, the pollution that we're having, and just a balance that we can have with our world. This movie was made so long ago. I'm sure it was remastered, um, but nevertheless, it's a great movie to remind us of just how fragile things could be, but at the same time to appreciate and be kind to nature and to the people around us. Um, Highly recommend this movie. Hope you enjoyed this reaction movie and sort of review of this movie, Nausicaa.